the decision is made.
Delighted to announce a new multi-fight deal with the pound-for-pound king of boxing.
And now on to a new challenge in the light heavyweight roster that'll cause sparks to fly as gloves ignite.
Oh, and a beautiful right hand.
Two technically sound boxers face off inside the square circle. An unstoppable Mexican force
That was a headshot. Down he goes to the body, and that should do it.
facing what could be one of the most dangerous opponents he's encountered yet.
To get our amateur.
Down goes Pereira, and you can see Bivol thinking to himself, I still have a shot at a knockout.
It's another attempt at greatness from the pound-for-pound legend in the making, and this time, his dare to be great takes him one step deeper into the unknown. So if you're ready to see Canelo face his next testing matchup, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, as we take a sneak peek into Saul Canelo Alvarez versus light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol.
Finally ready to go for the light heavyweight championship of the world. Canelo Alvarez, the middleweight champ, moving up, and you can think a lot of things, but you don't know, fellas, until they get in there and fight.
Not being his first outing at 175, Canelo's appetite to seek and destroy bigger men first came around at the hands of a showdown with another heavy-handed Russian in the back end of 2019.
Two thudding hooks, neither one of them really landing cleanly, but Canelo is starting to get a bit closer with his power shots.
Though this version of Kovalev was only a mere shadow of his prime, he still made it a hard night for Canelo, keeping him back from closing any distance.
He's showing a lot of menace. I don't know how effective he is being as of yet. You can sense it, but Sergio, it hasn't happened yet.
However, getting to Sergey by the 11th, his dramatic finish proven there was something truly special about Alvarez's boxing ability and character, as his willingness to take on bigger and bolder challenges each time out became quite breathtaking.
He's defensively responsible. His punches are always tight and crisp. That is very difficult to deal with.
Furthering his pursuit to become undisputed, Canelo wiped out two of Britain's top super middle champions. First in Callum Smith.
And there he is throwing much harder. He really brings the power to this weight class.
Hey, who's next?
Who's next? I just said that's three now.
Then the fleet-footed Billy Joe Saunders, who suffered a horrific eye injury during the latter half.
66 Canelo. He's only 2 rounds off. Right eye of Saunders is swelling up. Canelo rallying his troops here at AT&T Stadium.
But it was his showdown with Caleb Plant that made the history books, sealing an emphatic win for all the belts, becoming the first ever to be elevated to undisputed champion.
The coronation is complete! All hail King Canelo! Viva Mexico's first undisputed champion!
However, even with Canelo standing at the pinnacle of the boxing world, his next opponent has proven to be quite the handful himself. And with cute technical boxing skills as well as determination, his fierce intentions could unravel some potential weaknesses.
Nice work there from Bivol. Good right hand. Followed up. A lot of punches, and he's going to go down here in the first round.
Dmitry has the perfect jab that allows him to dictate any fight pace he wants, often followed up with a right or left-handed shot that breaks his opposition down.
I mean, you just don't see many 175-pound fighters who can put punches together like this with the velocity and the style and the effect that Dmitry Bivol is creating in there.
Like Canelo, his ability to counter and use his opponent's offense against them is also a common weapon in his arsenal. However, being on the smaller side for a light heavy, Bivol's size and reach is nothing new to add to Canelo's previous body count.
Good hook. That's a great hook by Canelo Alvarez.
Though if he can effectively land the jab, he could potentially unearth some similar problems that Kovalev did, making it a hard time for Canelo to get anywhere near him.
Still, television super champion of the world.
There's a guy that could beat him. There's a guy who's naturally bigger, light heavyweight.
I don't think it's going to be hard for him to figure out, and I mean in Bivol, to figure out that style, that hands up. You know, I think that Bivol understands how to deal with that.
You know, he's undamaged. It's not like it's Kovalev who's lived a bad life and, you know, is getting a bit old. This is a prime light heavyweight.
The tail of the tape shows Dmitry has all the obvious size attributes as expected. However, the record speaks for itself when it comes to his opponent, as Canelo is still yet to face anyone that holds a record anywhere near as prestigious as his own.
But I always say Canelo era is the best because I fought the best.
In boxing, you still got to go in there, face the dangers, and get it done. And Canelo gets it done.
The difference in experience is concerning, though Bivol has proven a high standard of work in all his bouts, dominating Joe Smith Jr. throughout.
Smith has never been down, he looks hurt.
And then doing the exact same overseas against Matchroom Boxing's Craig Richards.
Shot by Bivol there.
There's no secret that you want to unify the division, or you look to drop down to 168 pounds and fight the winner of Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders, which you've expressed an interest in as well. What do you want to do?
Doesn't matter who will first, who wanna fight me first. I'm open for everyone.
Since suffering his first and only defeat, Canelo has managed to tighten up his defense to near perfection, adapting slick head and upper body movement to become a more elusive target.
Look at him slip all these shots. The hardest thing to do in the ring, make the man miss.
It's a beautiful display of defense.
Bivol, carrying a more traditional style, doesn't quite have the same level of defense to Canelo, yet he still manages to deflect and avoid anything that could potentially cause heavy damage. Both men have a similar tendency to hold center ring without deviating to the back foot. So in hindsight, with Canelo marching forward as usual, and Bivol refusing to take that back step to the ropes, we could perhaps expect a night of fireworks that fans often pray for.
Staying in there, sturdy, Bull with his much faster hands could counter him upstairs.
It just looks so much more powerful. He's that digging back. He hurt him there. Solid right hand upstairs. Nails him with another right hand.
The biggest concern Bivol will have is whether he's able to deliver enough power in his punches to slow the Mexican in his tracks, as so far we've seen many try and fail due to this one particular reason.
Now time to slug it out, standing right in front of each other. No dancing in this one.
A promising matchup it may seem, as we've witnessed both men overcome countless odds over the course of their careers, putting on brave and elite performances in every ring appearance they make.
Bivol already starting to pick up that space and get in the pocket.
And looking to be the first man in 9 years to upset the apple cart, Bivol will be looking to pull off a victory that would unquestionably shake up the boxing world. Whilst Canelo will be doing anything necessary to prevent his adversary from gaining the W and scooping up one more shiny belt for his collection.